So guys, we're back. Okay. So I'm just cleaning up the timings and all these things. I'm thinking I might just go to a simple clock for them to maximize the growth. See if I could strip a few ticks off that. No, it needs that. I did have it right. It needs that last tick. Yes, right there. So I think that's going to be one completed module, guys. The timing is just perfect. But now I'm thinking I might move the signs one lower, the halfway sign, because it helps flush them out faster. As you guys see, of course, it helps a lot. But I think even one lower, see how some of them float for a little longer than I want. So if we lower it, they'll get out faster. So I'm thinking it might be a better design if we move it down one. So we're gonna freeze it. Guys, we're gonna rip this up right here. We're gonna go up one. And damn, Drac gave me a trick for turning that off. What was it? Alt? I can turn off the placement for the signs. That's alright, we'll just buzz through it. I don't remember the option to turn off this message thing with my keyboard. We'll just place them. It's not that many. Okay. Oops, wrong side. But I prefer gates. I think gates are even better because you don't have to worry about them breaking together. But signs are going to be cheaper, guys. You're probably going to be best off just using signs, because if you're going to make a lot of cup systems, what can I backspace? Signs are going to be better for the long run, though. But we're going to move this one to this one instead. We're trying this spot below it. Let's try there instead. Let's unfreeze. Okay. So we have the initial one here, which is critical. The sign here is what makes all the magic happen. Okay. And everything else will eventually come up. Maybe I should put more rows of signs to get them out even faster. We should just add more of them. But I don't think I don't want to overkill it. So maybe we should just put lower again. Let's try it at this height instead. Let's put the signs at this height. Compare them. Is it worth the extra signs or like moving it? Alright, let's move this one. So just have it just at that level instead. See how that performs next to the old one. That's higher. Just visual. Nothing groundwork in here, nothing scientific, just my gut instinct on what I think is gonna be better. Just rough rip. Let's change it to daytime though, first of all. What's up, Priscilla? Where am I from? I'm originally from the northern New Jersey area, New York area, New York City area. It's all kind of like the same area. Half the people who work in New York live in New Jersey, but I'm from that extremely busy city-like area, guy. And I live in South Florida now. Alright. I live in South Florida. Okay, we need... I think the halfway is better, though. Because look, they're not floating. I think these are floating for a while. But here, they're out a lot more rapid. So this looks like it's the superior design. Yeah, that's better. About halfway. Okay, we're gonna reciprocate that on the side. That's totally a better design right here. That's what we're gonna do, guys. We want the entities to get out as fast as possible. The less entities, the better it is for the computer system. So the better it's going to be for the server, and it's just a better design. It's going to be more lag efficient. All right, you can run more too. Okay, let's get rid of these signs. Bam, we don't need those now. So now we're going with this design to flush. And we have the perfect timing for each module for the Kelp. And it's all tolerable. Simple design. Nice. Converts the bones as it needs to. Very simple design. So distro into this system will be easy. We'll be able to just hop right into this. You could just hop bones directly into this with the ice stream, or you could hop into a chest. But I don't know why you need so much buffer. That's a lot of buffer already, dudes. I would just get rid of the chest, and I would just put ice or a waterway over these hoppers, and just continuously run bone blocks over them. And I would just have it go around in a circle, and just keep feeding bones. Keep feeding bones. That's what I would do. And I think it's how we're probably gonna construct it. And I think we should just keep separate timers. I don't think we should run redstone to. I think we should keep them all with a simple timer like that. We'll just turn it sideways and make it look a little better. I think. Just compact it this way, maybe. Make us look a little better. So let's see how many ticks is this week. We gotta count, guys. We got one. Well, all right, we're not going to count this because they all have the one no matter what, right? So what do we got here? We got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. What's up, Auburn? Oh, you're from India? India's a interesting culture. I used to work for the a Western India company, Wipro. I consulted for them for a little over a year. So I got a lot of experience into Indian culture. I love Indian culture, actually. I love the movies. You guys gotta watch Indian movies. There's like endless amounts of entertaining freaking movies, guys, from India. You just don't know about them. There's a lot of good movies, guys. You'd be so shocked. You just gotta get good subtitles. You gotta get someone who's good at subtitles. You gotta find good ones. But yeah, I'm really liking this design of this mod. This height, everything about it. The timing, this seems to be like the perfect mod because of how fast it gets rid of the items too. This is gonna be my standard mod. I think I'm gonna use. I was thinking about going higher, but I don't think it's a good idea. I think you stack them. But yes, that's the speed we're looking for. So we're going to try to replicate that clock a little smaller. Let's try it on the second one. See if we can replicate the same clock right here. So a bit neater. Maybe on top of it, right here, we can just power right through. Let's do no, we're not going to do anything weird. Yeah, actually we will power through. We'll do something goofy here. Make it compact. Let's get some repeaters. We need how much? 20, I said. Well, actually, it was 19. But then when I checked again, when I did it, 19 wasn't right. 20 came out to be right. So maybe I miscounted yesterday, guys. But when I did 20, it seems to be perfect. So we're gonna stick with 20. Okay. I thought it was 19, but it could have been because we had another repeater and I wasn't counting that. I don't know, but it seems to be 20, guys. All right. But that means we can just use skulk, right? Wait, let's use the, what do you call that damn skulk catalyst thing? Yeah, not the catalyst, damn it, what's that damn, the sensor? The calibrated skulk sensor. Yes. We could get 20 game ticks out of this. I forgot. I hate fallen blocks. I'll never forget that, man. He showed me that. It's 20 game ticks. Right? Why is he not? Okay. Probably because... Let's see. Are those the same times? Are those even close to similar? Or am I just wrong? Alright, but then we also have 20 plus the 1. Plus, hold on. That one's not going close to... Oh, there it goes. But then on the opposite end of it, it's not. Why? Let's see. It's way too fast. What if we flipped it? What if we use a bulb? Just trying to make smaller, easier circuits, guys. I want to make this thing really simple for everybody, dudes. I want to make it so easy to build that everyone could just get rich as hell if you have bone meal, bro. Alright. Freaking... It's too many laggy systems out there, guys. We gotta make better systems. Alright. Yeah. It's right, but it's too slow. See, it's wasting all that time. It could be wrong. See that? Because it's holding state. Ah, I know why. Okay. Let's get a piston. Let's shorten the pulse. Actually, let's just use the observer then. For the pulse. Yeah. We'll turn it into a pulse. That's how we'll solve that problem. Okay. Oh, yeah. Much better, boys. Yep. There we go. I still feel like it could be a tad faster, though. Oh, let's watch it. Actually, I don't know. That might be it. Let's do a tick rate of like let's go quarter speed, and then we'll go tick by tick and we'll see how many ticks are free, because we want to eliminate any ticks where things are not growing. So right there, things are breaking. So as soon as that breaks, as soon as that comes back, it better start growing. So let's go to tick rate 1. We want to see what happens each tick, guys. We'll see how many ticks are being wasted. Okay. Okay. Not bad. But you have the cooldown, so I'd have to have this. This would have to be a little smarter. I could probably even get that a little faster, but I'm not sure if it's worth. It's gonna be worth all the extra circuitry there, guys. I think this is still gonna be the best way to do it because it's so compact this way. Because it's still gonna be lightning fast. As soon as that becomes water again, it can grow. Yeah, I just don't see it really getting any faster than that. I think that's going to be the timing. All right, but you know how we can find out? Let's make it faster. All right? So let's take time away and let's see the consequences. Let's just take away 1 tick. Okay. Still seems to be working. So let's tune it in. Wait, we're not as high, are we? Wait a minute. Nope, same result. Okay, so we can trim time. Let's trim. Let's trim 2 ticks. Okay. Yeah, because you can see it there, there's time. We have to shorten this pulse. First of all, that's too long. Let's turn that. That should all be observer based. Yes, we gotta speed that up. Much faster system. Okay. Let's reciprocate. Yes. Now we're talking speed. Alright, but it's not getting high enough. It's too short. That's why we need the extra time. There we go. See, but then it doesn't make it to the top second time. It makes it to the top, and the second one doesn't because it's on the other side of the cooldown from this being spammed. It's on the cooldown when it's spent. So you can see it hesitate. See, watch. It'll fill for a second. See, it hesitates because there is cooldowns between them. You'd have to have these powered off of different systems too to really truly alternate them a little better, but it would be a lot bigger. But this is still gonna be, no, this is perfect. This is growing. Let's see. Let's time set day it, and let's tick freeze it. Okay, let's go tick by tick now. All right, let's tick step. We'll do two ticks at a time. All right. There it goes. The next growth spurt, it went up 2. Okay, perfect. Now, let's see how soon it breaks. It should be breaking like now, dude. Yes. See, that's what I'm saying. We got it, guys. We got it. That's it. We totally did it. Look how good that is. Perfect. And as soon as that water comes back in, it should start growing. Okay, water's in. Growing. We did it. That's it. Whooped its ass. That's the system, guys. That's going to be the most efficient compact kelp system you could build, guys, right there. Because you could grow 2 of them. Because of how kelp grows. Because like I was trying to explain before, it's so special kelp because it grows even when it's frozen, dudes. It's next level different. Look, the game's frozen, it still grows. It's next level. It's like trapdoors where they just work. So yeah, that's the way you do it. You just have a 4 speed. But now I want to see. I want to remove one, and I want to see what the real actual advantage to the 4 speed is, though. It's all nice, fun, and game. Just to have fun and have all this extra bone meal going in there, right? But is it truly gonna help, though? Like, is it really actually worth it, though? Because I'm thinking, I think it is worth it, but I want to see it. I want to see the proof of it. So we're gonna just watch it really quick. The difference. I think it is gonna be worth it. Okay, we gotta get the kelp back in there, and we gotta correct it though. Oh, I can't do it that way. I gotta do it through a solid block then for this test. Let's use a bone block. Forgot we're powering it. Yeah, there we go. I don't know, man. Maybe 1 dropper is gonna be even. Maybe we should even just simplify it. But I think the 2 droppers really just gives an advantage because the cooldown of the other one. It's gonna always be better to have 2 because it's just you're never gonna get that same speed. Yeah, so that makes me feel better. The 4 speed is worth it. It does increase the speed of the growth a lot dramatically. It seems. Okay, let's put that back, and now we're back to our regular system. Okay, perfect. But we want to grow to the same block every time. Though. So I don't like this. 1 there, then 1 there. That's because we're off by a tick, because we're on an odd number, and the cooldowns are usually 4 ticks. They're even numbers, So the clock should be even numbered with it. So we either have to remove one more tick or add a tick. So let's see if we can remove one more tick from the system and still have it function. Right. I think we can. I think that's a sweet spot. And that's going to make more sense. Now it'll grow to the top every time because the clock will be in sync with the cooldown sequences. And then now we're going to have perfection, guys. That's it. That's the module. We did it. I think that's going to be version 1.0. Just finalized now. That's version 1.0 right here. This module. So now I just got to get a distro system for you guys for getting all the bones in. Now you could do it like this. I mean, this is the way you should do it. I mean, if you're rich, obviously. But I mean, I'm thinking like how I'm trying to play on donut. I'm poor as hell right now, so I would like to just be able to just get bones. It'd be nice if I could just spread the bones a little more evenly through them. Dough. Because bones are expensive, my guys. So I'm trying to think how to cut down costs for you guys now. Alright. So we could drop some of these droppers. We don't need all this cache storage. Let's get rid of all these droppers. Alright guys, we're going to cut this whole system down. Let's turn it off. Let's make it cheaper. We got the performance down. We got the signs down where they have to be. Look how fast the items get out of there. No, that's perfect. We got it. Final design for that. Alright, let's freeze everything. And let's make this thing even cheaper and easier. I don't know what my little baby's screaming about, but alright. So I'm still waiting for her to talk. She's saying some words, but no, she's still just kind of like yells at us, guys. Alright. I love her though. Okay. Let's get rid of all this. Boom. Alright. Let's call those items. And just anyone from like Donut SCP that's rich right now and watches me, and you just build this right now. I know you guys have resources. Just build one of these modules right now, dudes. You guys see how to do it. If you have bone meal, man, at $8 a pop, you're gonna get a couple mil within the first few hours, dudes. It's like that. It's not that hard to make this at all, guys. But we're gonna trim it a little bit. It's a little excessive right now. We're gonna trim it down a little more. We're gonna make it even cheaper and easier. All right, so let's get rid of these droppers. We're gonna put hoppers here actually instead. Yeah. We're gonna get rid of these. I don't like when hoppers get powered, but hey, that's gonna have to happen when you use an observer sometimes. Okay, we might even just switch this. I might even make it even easier. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's cut these modules down even cheaper. Make them even easier. Okay, let's call those items. Because all we need is... Wait a minute, I could probably flip the script on this too. I can't put a comparator face in this way, but because of, you know, all this stuff. But is there a way I could get the... Can I swap this to the side somehow and make all this work? I mean, I can. I can just make it a little wider, obviously, guys. But I think it's best to keep it like this. I think it's nice that it's compact like this. Okay. Yeah. And they craft them as it needs it. It's the best way to do it. And then it's going into two systems. You're going into this driver system and this one. But we have to cut down the amount of extra blocks. Well, you don't have to fill these. I don't know why we did. So let's try to have it run with less. Let's try to cut down the cost of running this thing, guys. I'm trying to make it cheaper for you guys. So one block. Let's see if without any cash, if it's fast enough. So let's unfreeze it, and let's watch this system right here for a little bit, and let's see how if it struggles. Let's do it. Okay. So you start the clock. No, because we didn't get rid of all the cash though, so it wasn't true. Let's get rid of the cash. Let's get rid of all the cash and see how it handles. It's just straight up getting it. It's gonna keep up with it, guys. It's gonna. That bone meal is gonna go in there fast enough. You don't need much cash. Nice. We're gonna be able to do it cheaper. Okay. We're gonna have to figure it out though. We're gonna have to come up with a distro system to make it cheaper for you guys, so you don't have to flood it. No one wants to flood as much bone meal, guys. We're gonna come up with something smarter. We're gonna come up with something smarter and cheaper. It's just gonna use what it needs. What it needs. That'd be more healthy, like something that's more steady. Kind of how I do my shulker loaders. Like my storage system for the concrete. Like you want something like pretty steady. Like even this is filling more. Trying to think what way we could try to make it not overflow. I mean, the problem is you make nine bone meal for each one, and then you want to dispense 8. You always have the one. Yeah, you're always gonna have some extra though. I mean, this is a fast system. Expect some cash, but I think that's not too bad. We could cut it down though. You keep this empty, and it won't burn that much. It seems to be pretty healthy actually. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. So I guess you just keep some cashed, but we dramatically cut it down. So I would just like keep a little bit in there, a little bit in there, and this guy would just continuously craft more. Should I make more each time? Or should we have a different system where we have it full, and when it runs out, it makes more? I mean, and then you could also just change the amount. You could have it so that when it hits a certain threshold, we could have it so that when it's half full, it makes but I think something like this is not a bad idea. But now the only issue with this is how can we toggle this on and off easily? I'm trying to think of a way we'd be able to. Well, I guess when this stops, but then the issue is this doesn't stop that system from running, and that will run until this eventually would fill up. So you'd have to use a lot of bone meal, and that's the flaw to this really compact way of doing it. So I'm trying to think of a way where we could save how much bone meal you got to put in the system, guys. Let's try to think a little smarter here. I would do like even item distro, but it wouldn't be fast enough because even though it makes no, we'd have to do something a little more dramatic. We could use the throttled system. We could use shulker boxes. One wide dead zone threshold, just like a single item sorter. Cool machine. One dead zone threshold. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on my thresholds, exactly. Hardcore. I'm just trying to think. Well, what's the best type of threshold system we should do about it, man? Because the problem is, you see the issue, right? Because we have we gotta feed these 2 dispensers at double speed, bro. And so this will eventually is filling up with crap, and that's waste for us. You know what I'm getting at, man. And it sucks. And I think we could design something better, man. You're right. We need some kind of thing that has a threshold that would just ask it for on demand and use a lot less. So we need to cache less somehow. So I'm thinking maybe we should throttle it in. Let's rip it up, guys. You guys know I'm never afraid to rip stuff up. Let's rip it up and just redesign it. Come on, guys. We do this every day. We'll come up with something. There's got to be a better way. It's something like that. Exactly as what's his name said. Hardcore, he knows. I could tell he's a design guy. He understands processes. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get more people into this side of Minecraft. There's not enough people into this stuff, guys. In technical Minecraft, everyone's a follower. No one wants to try new systems. No one wants to innovate anymore. I'm trying to get smart people to start thinking more again. All right, we can make better systems. All right. So let's think about this, guys. Let's just have. All right, let's switch to orientation of what a crafter is, first of all. I think that's kind of our first thing, is it being there kind of is weird. But it is better because it's more compact. And all these hoppers are necessary because of how we're trying to double in. But let's see, is there a better way we could double speed in? Can we eliminate some of these? Let's try. 102 try, guys. Let's just try a couple slices and see what we come up with. Screw it, guys. Let's try again. We built all that on the fly. Maybe we missed something. I was going to originally hop through, remember? I had a plan to hop through. And that might not actually be that bad of a plan. But the problem is, you can't double speed through it. So that would go in there. So we'd have to add a crafter here too. Wait a minute, guys. Maybe the answer's been more crafters. Hold on. Let's do a different crafter for each one. What if we did that? Then we could drastically cut down how much bone is used. Or have some kind of shared system that the crafter crafts it to that's directly into them at double speed right away. Like something to move faster into them closer. So that's the two solutions we could probably come up with, guys. That's that day. Let's see what Hardcore thinks. Toggle the whole system on and off when it has stock. Keeps them preloaded if it's self-sustainable. Yeah, I thought about those too. Hardcore. I was thinking about unifying the system too, man. Right now I'm just gonna build them as individual tiles, Hardcore. But that is what we're gonna go down, dude. We're gonna use like water or ice and just have like, yeah, we're gonna have like a system it's gonna call, because they're all gonna be running low at the same time. So when the last one needs bones, they're all gonna need bones, guys. If we build it perfect like that, Hardcore's right. That's what you do. You just have to build them together better, guys. So we're gonna figure it out. So we're gonna sit here and play with this in the next few times we play with Kelp, and we're gonna design even cooler systems. This one is still a great system. I like this one right here. I'll call this beta. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable calling it a 1.0 yet, though, guys. Because I never really finished it, so I'm not gonna give it a full one. I guess I should, because we did create it. It does work. It is sustainable. It is simple to use. It's not really wasteful, but it's just, I think we can do it better. It's just what I'm just gonna straight up say. It's still. It's not an S tier system. This is like A plus system. I would say. I would say this is like A. This is an awesome system, guys. But it's not S tier. We can do better. It's not like the meta. It's not that you can't make it better. S tier quality here, guys. So we're going to copy this and save this, and we'll give it its 1.0. All right. So we're 1.0 right here for this one. We're gonna have to steal a little bit from the next one for it, though. Alright, but we have 1.0 right there. Let's turn them off, because we're gonna change them now. So let's save that. And that's what it. Hold on, we gotta save the clock though. We have to represent the clock right for it. So we gotta recreate this clock real quick for it. What was it? 20 ticks. What do we do? 43344. Oh no, wait. That's what I did. And then I put a lever, right? Is that the right timing for this one? Yes, that's it. That's got to be it. Yep. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so we'll save that 1.0. Oh, select. Never delete all examples. Throw them in archives so you can look back at your old ideas. Yeah, I know hardcore, man. I'm a weird redstoner, man. But yes, I'm gonna save this, man. And then that's why I'm not deleting my live streams anymore. If you guys notice, and that's why I'm only playing Minecraft music. So I actually document all my builds because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but anyone who's newer to me, I've been building cool stuff like a year and a half, and they're all gone now because I played so much music, and YouTube yells at me now. So they're just like gone to history. I might just edit out the audio and just put them up just because they're really awesome builds, a lot of them, guys. That's where like the 1728 came out. The piston sorters. Remember when I invented all the piston sorters? All that came all live, guys. The equal item distro. But I played copyrighted music through all those discoveries, man. It sucks, yeah, man. It does. But I still have a lot of it. I do still have a lot of it. I just have to go through it. It's just my life's in turmoil, guys, because I'm facing prison and I'm in pain all the time because the government. All right, let's do this. This is version 1. So let's call this the lossless Kelp 4X V1. Yeah, we'll give it a proper. That's version 1. That was the first version because it's the first version that you can build right now, and it's gonna work for you, and you'd probably be really happy with it. But we could do better. We can do better. We do this every day, guys. I've been doing technical stuff for the last year and a half, just caring about cutting things down. We could get it cheaper, smaller, cheaper, so we could keep doing it until I want to attack it until I can't improve it anymore, guys. That's basically the end goal. That's why I come back to projects. That's why my 1728. Why do you think I go back to it? Why do you think I make so many different versions of it, guys? Because you could always make things a little cheaper. You can make things a little faster. But sometimes you want things to be a little more complicated because you get bells and whistles with it. So that's why you have to have different versions of things too. You have to give people options, guys. All right, so let's think of a better distro system for all this. See, because I hate all this. So let's get rid of all these hoppers. And we're just going to invest in a second crafter instead. Let's get a stick. We're just going to get the bones of 2 crafters instead of friggin' having all these items moving at double speed through all friggin' 8,000 hoppers. Screw that. It's just, it's too much. It's stupid. Hoppers are expensive and a pain in the ass for me to get. I'm trying to think, because I'm going to Donut and I want to build this thing and I'm poor. So I want to be able to build it cheap. I want to be able to just hit someone on doing SCP up for a bunch of freaking bone meal and be like, yo, you take half the profits, let's go. And then I'll just get a head start, bro. I just got to build it. I just got to meet people. All right. Just got to meet people. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to use crafters. So let's get rid of these here. I'm going to change that. We're not even going to hop into that. So we're going to actually just completely axe the these two then. Because we could just power just do solid block now, which is even better. But that might quasi that at inopportune times. And no, that's okay though, because when that's breaking, we don't want that dropping anyway. So let's put it so that there's no consequence. So solid block here. Yeah. Yeah. Hardcore is a good wrestler, I can tell. It's more than like knowing circuits. It's just understanding common sense thing. It's just I see a lot of lack of it in the tech community too. It's just embarrassing too, and it's the most vocal people who don't understand basic things like splitting items to freaking process them is always better. Like simple certain rules that I still argue with them about all the time. Okay, and it's just proven. And you keep items in any form as long as possible, guys. It's just common sense. Trust me. Entities suck to have around, but when you have millions of them, guys, you want to keep them around so you can move them, so you can organize them, so you can collect them better. You want to keep them as entities as long as you can, guys. But you want to get rid of them as fast as you can. I know that it sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. All right. Let's do. I don't want to do crafted directly into it though, because we don't want overflow, because we know that crafters will spit out items if they're crafting it into a full container. We know that about crafters. But I want to see something. I'm curious about something though, because crafters have this weird ability to sometimes not. Only certain things you can spam them with, and they won't overflow. Like a shulker box, it will, right? Watch. So if I put a shulker box right here, we add a bunch of bones in here, and we spam it, it's gonna start spitting it all over the place. I'm pretty sure, right? But let's see if we can find something that is spam proof, because I already have some ideas. If we can think outside the box or something for super compact ways to do things like this. We know this is gonna spill, but let's watch it happen. See, that'll spill out. So now, if you do a pot, same thing, right? Doesn't matter what you do, this thing was always gonna try, right? But what's funny to me is like when you try to hold on, time. Hold on, let's get up to time. Caps lock, I mean. So we can just craft into a water stream and just drop straight bone meal into the system too. But I don't think that's the answer. I think we want to get bones to them individually. I think that makes more sense. And I think we should do it somewhere like each time this breaks, I'm trying to count, right? How many is this? So we have 1, how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, because this is 10 blocks high though, if we capped it at 9, then 1 bone block would make exactly 9 kelp. Oh wait, but it does because we don't break the first one. Hold on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So why can't we make that 100% efficient? Okay, no, the only reason we can't is because it's an odd number between two dispenser systems though, guys, right? So you would need 10 each time to guarantee it, because one would always have 1 extra bone meal or the other, so eventually it's too hard to split that perfectly. But if you did 2 and you did 18, then it makes sense. Or if you use 2 crafters and you have them both craft 9 every time this breaks twice, so you could flip between each bone creation. But I say we use 2. I say we make 18 and split that. I think that's going to be the answer to it. So let's see if we can make something that'll split that 18 each time and get it in there fast enough. So it's going to have some cache though, obviously. But we want to cut down the amount of cache that it requires to run this. This is our goal here, guys. We're trying to make it more cache, less overhead, they would call it, overhead. Yeah, one crafted per dispenser would work. Yeah, see, that's I'm thinking on hardcore. Like, I'm thinking that's gonna be the meta to kind of making us a bit more reasonable to run like early. I mean, of course, if you're rich, just do this, guys. I'm telling you, just stuff them. This one's awesome. If I had unlimited bone meal, I would just do this, guys. I wouldn't even think twice about it because this was so easy to build. I would do it just like that. But I'm thinking how I'm doing the SCP right now, guys. I'm poor, right? So, but I can't afford some of this stuff. So I'm gonna just try to get a little bit of bone meal, and then I could start getting money, and then I could get ahead. So we're gonna make us a lot more efficient. So let's rip all this up. Yeah, we're gonna redesign a whole new one. So that means we're gonna redesign everything. So this is all coming up. This is all gonna be redesigned then. Yeah, I think hardcore sees it. Yeah, but I agree with him though. It's best to have like a system that just lets like one let you know that it's low, and then you restock it. That's the best way to do it. Instead of constantly, but it's just you're gonna have to eat a box of a bone meal. I mean, of bones, and pissing it over. I can do that. I could evenly distribute them, which we're gonna do towards the end. Or we could use water. We could just drop into a water stream and just let it run over because they have cooldowns. So one hopper's not gonna grab all of it. It'll run over all of it as long as the water is moving fast enough. Okay, we'll figure that out. Everyone knows when it comes to a distro, that's what I have my passion for. You guys know that's what I love. I'll figure it out. I'm trying to change distro in this game. I've made those claims. All right, and I'm not joking. I want people thinking. I want smart people to help me too. And the distro systems are getting better thanks to guys like friggin' hardcore here, man. People are thinking smarter. What's up, love? No, thank you. Like how people say like something's cheaper than something else. Like it's so arbitrary sometimes though. Like Observer sometimes is cheaper than a repeater to me. I mean, I don't care that it costs quartz. Sometimes it's better. It's just sometimes I have more. It's just I just hate how people just assume one thing's cheaper. I don't like when people assign weight and cost to redstone components and ask you why I use them sometimes. That gets me a little irritable sometimes though. Because they have to understand though that there's a lot more to it than just what's cheapest sometimes though. Okay, it's not always what's cheapest. It's a balance, guys. You have to have space to actually maintenance stuff too, and then if things are compact, you can make things too compact. I've over compacted stuff, and then it makes it a garbage design, guys. It'll be the most compact design in the world, but it's garbage. If you can't maintenance anything, it's garbage. It's a balance, guys. All right, so we're gonna drop into it. Okay. Now, how are we gonna detect? Well, they'll both be at the same time, so that's not a problem. Because they're gonna both. So we could put a solid block right here, and power both of these to the same system. We can even detect through that. We can use this one as a. But how are we gonna get items in? We can't. How are we gonna get anything into there? We have to have a hopper in there. So we have to have a hopper there. Or, yeah, it's the only way possible. Thinking about it. The only way to get double speed anything in anywhere is to use these droppers. So we're stuck with this here at least. Like that. Drop it into that. Ah, we can do this though. Yes. Yes, that simplifies it because the bones don't have to go double speed. Bone blocks don't have to go double speed because they're going to be broken. That's perfect. That's what we need. All right, I think this is it, guys. I think we found a configuration that's going to be the meta. I think it's going to be like that. Hold on, I don't know what happened. I just accidentally hit my Windows key or something. All right. I have a new keyboard. I didn't even have a Windows key. What the hell was that? I don't know. All right. Yes. So now when bones go in, Yes. And then this is throttled too because it's a crafter, my guys. And I guess this could back up, but that's about it. That's the worst case scenario. Alright. Bet. Let's try this system, guys. That's so much nicer. Alright. Look how tiny that is. Okay, but now we still have to come up with a power system, though. So we'll do the same type of power system right here. Rails. Actually, we could power from the back. How do I want to power the system, guys? We have to power that one. So this one's a breeze. This one, we'll just power with that. But that's going to make them way too... We're not going to make way too many. Actually, we don't want that connected to that. We want a dropper here. First of all. You going to get a bath? Alright, love you, baby. Alright. So then we'll just drop into... Damn, see? But that's why I think two crafters is still better, though. Yeah, we're still going to do two crafters like this. I guess we could let one fill. Now then you need all this cached. I don't like that. Just for this to start collecting. No, I don't like that either. That's too many blocks. I want to make it like the most you have to have in there is like a stack. I mean, we could put filters. Or like these throttles with shulker boxes. We could use shulker throttles. Pots. Let's use pots. Pots the answer. Pots always been the answer. Okay. Pots have been the answer. Okay. Let's think about this. How can we utilize a pot to make sure we don't put too much bones in it? To make sure that it only puts in when it needs it. Let's try to think of a really simple system. We could detect, we could just like our buddy said. Just like we talk about thresholds. Because thresholds are always the answers for these types of systems, guys. Anything like this is always threshold. So just like Hardcore Cow said, man. Maybe we should come up with some kind of threshold system for these. So maybe we could detect when the pot is, maybe we could put a stack of bones in there. Or bone meal. No, but it's probably better to put bones in there. And bone blocks. And then when it's low, it gives it more bone blocks. It requests more bone blocks. Alright, let's do a game roll so it can't be late anymore. Because it's bothering me now. Do daylight cycle false. Alright. So this is just, I'm just thinking, guys. This is what I do. I think of these things live. I'll probably like take a break later, and I'll probably be like, oh, I should have just did this. And it'll probably be even smaller later. Who knows? But right now, I'm thinking two crafters in my mind for some reason. I'm trying to get myself off of two crafters, but it's hard to. And the reason is, these are going to need the same amount. It just makes sense to me. And it's seeming like it's still making sense to me. But we just got to come up with a better distro system for it there. We're going to have to do some kind of weird double speed. I want to avoid all this weird hopper stuff, I guess. So, guys, I was trying to cut down the hoppers for you guys. Really, that's really what it was, guys. Because look how many hoppers this is, though. It's a little dramatic. It's a little dramatic. I would like to cut those down. I mean, it's not that many for 3 modules, but it's just everyone on the damn server runs these. I don't want to contribute to the problem. Alright. But we did trim it a little bit already. Let's see. So that would double speed, though, for us. Wait. No. No, it wouldn't double speed into this one, right? Until that filled. Yeah, that wouldn't be a proper double speed. Um, we need another buffer, or we gotta move this up. Alright, we gotta figure out the layout we're gonna choose, guys, for these two crafters. Maybe like that. But then every time we power this crafter, it does that. Oh yeah, that does go in line with it. It makes 9 each time. So you know what? We're gonna go into a container. We're gonna go into the container, and the only reason I am gonna go, back to the hybrid with double speed is because I keep remembering one thing, right, guys? Every time this breaks, it needs 9, right? So let's just use one block. Let's just be really efficient and smart. I mean, it really is that simple, and we should work around that fact. I shouldn't be overcomplicating it. I think I'm trying to make it simple. I'm trying to make it more compact, but more complicated. I think I should be just making it just better, guys. So we need double speed into these droppers somehow from here. So let's think here. So that's why we had to add so many droppers for double speed. Alright, it's coming back to me why we have to add them, but I have to justify these things to myself again, guys. I come back the next day and I'm like, why do I have so many droppers? I'm like, why did I do that? Why didn't I just... So I have to look at it again, guys. I can't trust myself from the night before. Alright. Never trust yourself from the time you built something earlier. You always assume that you're better and you're thinking, I'm better that day. Even if you're not. You just always double check your own work, guys. Alright. First of all, we could drop right into that one for this. That'll make 9. Then we could hop. Because most of it would dwell in there and it would probably drop out before it could hop. That's a little sketch, but it might actually work. Let's try it before we knock it, though. But that definitely would be kind of sketch, it seems to me, of a solution. Okay. But let's try it. So I need a clock. Oh, can I just steal this clock again real quick? Yeah, let's just run this clock again. Oops. We'll just steal off this one. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Just steal off this for now. I don't feel like laying 8,000 repeaters. Oh, it's way too far down. Yeah, never mind. We'll build another clock, guys. Oh yeah, we can use this. We found this clock's pretty good. We just gotta toggle that one. I mean, I think we just gotta add another ticker delay for this clock to work better. I don't know, but this one is a possible one. We'll look into that one more. But right now, our design is using the repeaters for now because it's just reliable. Oh, no, we do have the timer there. We've had it here the whole time. Okay. I don't know. All right. See what I'm saying? I can't see things in front of me sometimes, guys. Never trust yourself. Your own builds. Always double check your own work. It's just yeah. All right. So let's start the clock. Alright, that's a healthy clock. We got it. Okay. Now we want to hit this. Let's go solid so we can just come down it. We'll just sloppily do it. Just see if the timing's even just right at all for it. This is what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get a quick... Where is it? There it is. I was trying to find it. There it is, guys. So like that would create that. But then how would we power these systems? We can't power this through that. Yeah, we're screwed. That's why we had to put so many droppers. Yeah, that's why it's all dropper dependent. There's no way around it. Because that's how we're going to power through. 2. Yes, that's right. And that's what was triggering that circuit. That's what triggers the pistons, but the pistons and I think and the crafters can be linked is what I'm getting to. That's the realization I'm coming to. Is every time we break it, we could use a crafter. I think that's the first compacting like link we found between the systems. That is just true. So I'm thinking every time, but it doesn't reach. We got to get a repeater here. Oh. So it'd be something like that. And that would make 9 each time. But now we'd have to get it into both systems evenly somehow. Trying to think how. Oh, maybe we should do it outwards instead of down. So this way with the crafter guys, right? Into the container. And then we double speed it in. So it's similar to how we had it before. But I think we cut down a lot. Okay, but that's not going to go double speed. That's totally not going into double speed. That's no good, guys. See, that's why we had to do it this way. Okay. So far this seems like the best way to do it. 'Cause I can't come up with a better way to get them in there unless we use 2 crafters. So we can go back to 2 crafters, but then we have to flip, guys. That means we'd have to have it break every other time. I mean, we'd have to have it craft every other time we break something. So we go back to solid block or whatever here. Whatever is going to end up being here. Probably a dropper or something. It's going to end up being a dropper. So let's just put them now. We'll turn them around with the cactus. Let's try a different design or idea. Yeah. It's funny because Hardcore's last comment was, yeah, 1 crafter per, because even he's, yeah, it's just, we're going to go back to that again. Because that's, it just, it does seem smart. I was trying to avoid it. Because the numbers favor 1 though. The numbers favor 1 though, because you think about the 9, and every time it breaks it only uses 9. So it'd be perfect. But since we're using 2, and then you get into odd number, even number issues, just like I at the beginning of the episode with the cooldown and the clock, how you have the problem with evens and odds, and it's just no, yeah, you gotta. All right, we gotta what was I gonna do? Flip a cactus. True. All right, so. Like this. Now we gotta get him. We gotta think of something smart here. We could. What's the best way to get anything double speed into this orientation here, though? Immediately. We have to get him double speed like this. This is guaranteed. Yep, that's why we added this dropper. And then same. That's why we added 2. Wait, should we have? That's why there's 4. Then yeah, we could do it that way. So what did I do before? That's why we put it on that side. I'm trying to think how we could do this better, because it's ended up coming out the same. I'm saying, why can't I make this more compact? Maybe I can. Maybe if we come from the bottom instead, and then in, and hop it there. Is there any way we could do a double speed system? No, there's just nothing. We could do a hopper. Wait, we could hop in and drop in here. That would kind of be double speed, but that would be kind of weird. We have to do something weird like hop in there. We'd have to drop up to this. And look, it's not even getting in there. Oh yeah, it's getting that one. That would be double speed. We could do that with double speed now. But no, we need another thing there. And then we'd have to power this lower here. And then that wouldn't even power this one. Then we'd have problems powering all this. Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work out, guys. We have to go back to this configuration. This was the answer. At least we tried. But we can... But the point is, we can do the bone on the distro better. Guys, we can. So, okay. So let's go to this side. Let's just rip up the bone distro and let's redo that. And we're going to keep this the same. Because I think this distro is the way to do it. I think we just kind of show there's not really any other way to do it. This is kind of the only way to really do it. Because you have to get them in there double speed. You need that many hopper inputs into droppers to do it. Actually, we could. No, because I don't want hoppers here on top. I don't want a bottle of water. I want solid blocks on here. Yeah, no, we're not going to go that crazy. That's where we're going to keep it. Okay. So let's just redo the system. Because this could be done a little better. I mean, it was cool because it just says when I need some, I'm just going to ask. Which is pretty basic. I mean, but the cost to that is, it's only really effective when everything's full. So you have to have everything backed up, and look how much that is. I mean, is that a lot of bone meal? I mean, not really that much. But when you have a bunch of them, yeah, that adds up, man. That's when it gets crazy. So now we got to come up with something. We can add a filter and throttle them as they come in. We could add choker throttles. That'll increase the size and the cost a little bit up front, but it's going to save you a lot on bones. Thinking maybe we should do some type of throttle distro system to them. That's where my mind's starting to go. See, so now when it has it and it doesn't need it, it'll just it doesn't do anything. It just waits. Which I do like about this, because it is that simple. Hold on, let me get a drink. Damn it. Alright. Let's go. I'm all out of easily accessible drinks. I'm like, damn. I gotta make something. I'll make something later. I'll make some iced tea or something. Alright. So, see, but I do like this system just because you don't ever have those, you don't have to worry about it crafting too many. You'll never craft too many, though. But too expensive. Alright. Too expensive to keep that much cash, guys. Okay. Let's reimagine it again. Let's keep some of it same. But let's try to cut it down. Let's just distro straight to the crafters. Instead, no buffer into the crafters. Going to do a faster distro because they can only hold a stack each anyway. Okay, so we could do like a pot into them or something. What if we did or should I do throttle shulkers, or should I do locked hoppers that will only let in a stack at a time? I can do a lot. There's so many things I'm trying to think of, guys, here. Ooh, I have a system. I have a nice one. I know exactly what we're gonna do. Okay. Oh wait, we can't do it on top of a chest. We can't put a comparator there. Shoot, hold on. That's gonna hurt us a little bit on what I wanted to do. It's gonna add more blocks, and I hate that. Guess we could do it like that, and then detect there, and just have to have an extra hopper again. And then use a comparator there. We can detect this one. And piston. Well, this would be ice, first of all. So you could detect when there's items in there, and then have a piston just lock the hopper, or a bulb lock the hopper, so it doesn't get any more, because it won't need any more. So go to the next one. Just have it lock the hopper right there. See, we can't put anything else. You can't piston over it. You can put some redstone dust. Something weird like that, but then you can't tile it right. You'd have to do some kind of weird offset tiling at the lock it there instead. A lock still can't take more, but then it won't even have to here. That side you'd have to have that on it down, so you'd have to build this up higher. We have to have it's just not a good way to do it. We're not gonna lock them out. We're not gonna do anything like that. All right, so we're gonna do something. We're gonna use the cooldown. All right, let's just go like this then. We're gonna use the fact that hoppers have cooldowns as part of the distro, and we're just gonna put a stack in at a time through a piston. Oh wait, we can't open chest. Okay, we gotta think of something else, or put a second one there. Well, then we might as well do freaking throttled shulker systems then. You know what? Let's just look into it. It might be a good solution for it. This is a more pricier solution, but it's one of my favorite solutions to use sometimes. Just because of what it could do. It's unique. It's the only It's the only way you could truly throttle without building a filter. You can do it with a filter too. You can throttle, obviously, but then you got to add all the extra redstone. This is the best way to do it without all the extra redstone. So that will only let it one stack at a time. Oh no, through the system we're gonna do it. No, it's this one, not this one. This one doesn't matter. That doesn't matter what's in there. You don't have to put shulkers in there. I'm backwards. That's buffered. That's not going to matter. It's only going to be able to take a certain amount. So when the items come, it'll automatically make it to the next one before it favors the second slot, because it has no second slot, so nothing will get wasted. Okay. So this would just be one version. This is one way to do it. To throttle it like this. Yep. Let's put some ice. Then you get leaves and a piston, and you push. You drop all of them and piston them over it, or water. Let's use water. Actually, let's do a water stream. That works the same. We should align it somewhat. So let's start the water from there, come this way, and we'll use glass pane. Now because it's gonna be on this side of it though. That's fine. We'll just use the chest to align it. Right there, and then we'll just use the painter down it. And we have to add lichen and some more water in there somewhere, but let's just see it happen though. Okay. Then we throw in stacks of bone blocks. They'll make it to each of them a lot healthier. You see them go farther down, farther down, farther down. Yep. Way more healthy, guys. We're already here. Then they all would have got one. Alright. So why didn't he pick up one, though? So we probably just have to show that alignment's a little better. Okay. But you guys see the point. So we drop these in. Just have to make it neat. 2. It'll take it as it needs it. A lot more efficiently. Okay. That's going to be way more efficient for pulling in the blocks. It's only going to take what it absolutely needs, which is going to be great. Okay, but we're still going to have to come up with a system to power that. But we can't power that through this. We have no way to power that. How are we going to power this block? We got to come up with something to power this. As of now, we have no way to power that because we have a hopper into it. It's not going to work. We got to put a dropper there first of all. We have a couple issues here we got to address. Yeah, we can't do that. Let's see. We could come out. We could probably come double speed at. Let's see. No, we're gonna have to ditch this. We have to power through something, so we have to have a dropper over that, unless we move the crafts to the side. There's no way to power it. There's no way we're gonna power it from here. And I guess we could get rid of. No, but see, we need those. No, there's no way we're gonna do it. This is not gonna work. All right. So let's move that. We have to drop her again. Let's use pot then. We're gonna use pot to slow down. But see, but it's not gonna help the hoppers from overflowing. I guess we'll have to use piston then, or build a higher. Maybe we'll put another throttle again, but higher. Let's see. Maybe it just had to be higher. Okay, so now we can power it again, though. Ooh, and we could detect when it has items in it. But I'd rather detect it off if we have supply or not. So I think we're going to keep that the way it was. But let's break it out for now, just so I can think better. Let's just rivet it all up so I can think again. Reimagine things a little bit. Say, so this is mandatory because we have to. That's the only way we found to get that in there fast enough. That's the only way that gets in there fast enough. And now the problem with crafting 9 each time is that it won't split evenly. So that's why we went on that threshold system. And I think it's still coming back to this is kind of the best design we've found so far for it, though. As far as the distro of the bones, I mean that's rudimentary though. I mean that's not really a problem. We could do a hopper line, ice. It's just cutting it down. I'm not happy with that. How much extra bone meal it's gonna be chewing. So that's where we're at, guys. Just these stupid little design choices. I have to sit and ponder all day, guys. I get bored, and I come up with some stuff, and I gotta change it 18,000 times. Then my vape dies, but it's okay. I have a charger right there. Okay, so we have to go with that. So we have to move up one. We have to move us all up one for it to be legit. Because we need space for that dropper. We forgot about that dropper. Because we can't power that crafter. It's critical. Okay. That's if you use bone blocks too. And you could use just bones too. But I mean, bone blocks is just smarter. Oh yeah, I used the bone blocks, guys. Obviously. So let's move that up higher. Let's move this higher. This up. Get rid of that water. Okay. Let's kill all the items. Well, maybe we want to hop from here from the side. And then we could detect that to craft. Now, see, that's the issue though, is powering this. Is a tricky science here. Yeah, we have to come through. We have to power it this way. This is the only way we found we're going to be able to do it. This or through the top. And this is going to win every time because we're going to have to use some kind of comparative circuit. So this circuit is just still king right here that we have to doing this some kind of way. It's the threshold. It's the only way to do it. Okay. At least we explored a million other ways, guys. We had to try. But it's come back to this design to me. It keeps coming back to this. Because that's the only way we can get those items into those two droppers fast enough. Without like just beating them up. We could put two crafters, but that invites the problem of you need two threshold systems then, because now you have to monitor the amount on two droppers. I mean two dispensers, and it makes it twice the work. It's better to have the one system, so that's what I've concluded. I think that's my opinion, though. It is better to have the one per. Now you can even just have one crafter just craft a whole bunch of bones and spread that around with water. And even cut the bone meal down more. And the amount of crafters. But how much would we have to make? How many rows do we have? 1, 2, 3. We have 15. We'd have to do 15 times 9. And that'd be every few ticks. It's just no. That disturb would struggle. We'd constantly be crafting, and it'd be a lot of entities, stack entities, just filling. It's not the smart way to do it. No, we're going to distribute blocks and have each one craft. Yeah, we're going to stick with this. This is definitely the better way to do it. This is the better meta, in my opinion. Okay. But you can do it the other ways. I think it's going to be better this way, though. Okay. It's going to be easier to build. And then you can expand them more. So we're going to stick with it like that. Now, the only reason we went with trapdoor here, so that it made it twice. Should we just keep a blank threshold like that? The way we had it? I think we should keep the same threshold. I think that is the best one we've come up with. But let's see if we could throttle it better now, though. Let's at least just get a distro system a bit more coherent now, instead of just load 8,000 friggin' chokers of bone blocks that you probably don't have. Okay. Sorry, guys. So we got to add a shulker box again, and then the hopper. Yes, then the throttle. Yes, that's the proper throttle. Okay. Much better. Now we gotta move the snow. I mean that. And let's put these sideways. So if you ever get jammed up and they get backed up, you can at least open them up and get the extra items out of there. Because there shouldn't be items in there. They should always just be used as an in-between to flow. It's just to control flow, nothing else. No other function for these shulker boxes is. We're just taking advantage that they make an OP filter, because shulker boxes cannot go into shulker boxes. So what it does is it throttles us down to just one channel, guys, and that makes these incredibly powerful for item distros. Okay, like that. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat is just Hey, Mike, what's up? Long time no see, bro. I haven't seen you in a long time, man. All right. We're just building a crazy ass um, a dropper based kelp system. Everyone knows that I'm into like the lossless kelp systems. I have all the best design metas. I figured them out. I have all the most compact, most on my best lossless. Now I want to own it with with a bone meal too. I mean, I'm the guy to do it. I'm the guy who does all the kelp. So, and it's not that dissimilar from other dropper or dispenser based systems. So I said, sure, I'll do it. Someone asked me to make something like this. That's the reason I did it. Okay. Someone asked me. That's it. If you guys ask me, I'll do stuff. Okay. If I have the answers, I'll do it. Okay. There's certain things in this game I believe I have the answers for. Okay. D- Distribution, I think I have some of the best answers. Smelting, loading, stuff like that. All the basic stuff in the game. I've been researching this stuff for a while, guys. I figured it all out. Go check my videos. I got you guys on all that stuff. Okay. Boom. That's how we do it. So now it's only gonna take one stack at a time into each one. Okay. Just drop a bunch of bone blocks in there. I guess we could just use like a yeet. I guess a yeet would be like ideal then. Let's just do a basic yeet then. Let's do a sign. Let's just do like a El Mango style yeet. Let's do a shot at El Mango doing his style yeets instead of one of mine. I love using my own stuff, but you gotta give it to the OGs. Alright, his style's like this. He does slime. This is like the original one. There, new dispenser. Although I modified it a little bit, I think. I do it a little different. He does it on his own style. Okay, piston. It's basically the same thing though. And what do you do? Comparator. Observer. And any block. What do we got here? Yeah, that'll work. Redstone. Yeah. Oh wait, non-sticky blocks. Leaves. See some leaves or something around it. Just for now, we'll do a simple yeet. Alright, let's get let's see, Peter. Nope, don't want to power you. You don't want to power him, do that? Oh, it's all block. No, it just doesn't want to power. Oh. Wait, why you don't want to go, bro? Well, I'm curious now. Why he don't want to power? What he don't like? Ah, ice block. I have to use terracotta. That's what I was missing. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy, dude? Why does he want to work, bro? Let's get mad at him. Alright, redstone. I forget about that sometimes, guys. There we go. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's get a sugar box. White for bones. Let's get bone blocks. Okay. Let's leave him right there. Let's pop him in. Oh no, I had it backwards. Wait, he's supposed to be in this state. Why'd you move up? Oh yeah, I moved them when I was fixing it. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, they'll just go in. Oh, How we stop that? Oh, okay, we just have to do it earlier, probably. Try water there. We can always align it a little cleaner than that. Plus, we should probably use snow. Yeah, we'd probably move this up. Use snow. Yeah. Let's move that up. Okay. Let's move this up. Okay. Change this lava here. Okay. Slime. Right there. Comparator. Boom. And terracotta. Alright, where's the redstone dust? There it is. Alright. Nice. Okay. Yep. And I'll pick up one. Yep, that's how you do it. They only get one each. And then you have it go around in a circle to the other side as well. So you just mirror that. Okay. So that's going to be easy to get the items around. That's how you do it. You eat it. And you have them go around. Or you use two, and you could just eat on both sides, and then, or you have one go in a circle. Let's see, how many is it? If a box holds 27, first of all. This one has, yeah, it's not enough. One box isn't enough for all of them. So what you would want to do then is put two of these systems. Alright. Let's keep that there for future. Let's build another one right here. I mean, I'll put my eat. I wouldn't use El Mango's eat. I do put my slimline eat. But this is all for just ideas, guys. We're just thinking right now. Coming up with ideas. Alright. When I come back later, I'll have different ideas. I usually come up with most of my ideas when I'm not playing. Is when I really get the best ideas. Is when I'm not looking. Alright, something might come to me. But this looks pretty good. This looks like a good solution so far. We could do the distro like this. Okay, we gotta add snow. I forgot to add the snow to soften it too, though. It just makes it look better, too. It's gonna make it a little smoother. Right there. Let's watch it. It should look better, too. Should look better on the eyes as well. It's still too disjointed. I'm better off with one of my aligned eats. Alright, let's use one of my eats instead. Let's rip up this sheet and let's put a more advanced sheet. Let's put one of my more fancy eats here. Let's pull this, pull that, and it'll already be aligned too. So let's get a stick out. We don't need like a repeating fancy one, but we just need an aligned one. So let's just search for an aligned eat. I have a million of them. Someone asked me in the comments about these. I have to make a video of all the some of these I have for you guys because we have so many, guys. Here's a new aligned eat right here. This is aligned eat skimp. So what? This one's cheaper. I don't know. I have to get them together into a world for you guys, and I gotta test them all and then compare them again. Oh no, that's not it. That's way too big. That can't be it. That's not it. Alright, let's look for it again. Line D. 5 by 4 by 3. That sounds right. That sounds right. Yes. This will line it for us. Okay. 2. So we don't have to use that water system that way. Let's bring him what orientation? Let's turn him. Right there, that's a line for all those hoppers. Just automatically. Just paste it in, get rid of this water. Won't need that. Just have one water source here instead now. Because it'll be pre-aligned. Okay. Let's try this system instead. Let's see if it comes out better. Smoother. Well, I don't even have a pot on this one. This is the old school one. Alright. Yep. That's the best one. That's how you do it. That's how we're gonna get friggin' bones in there, guys. Should I build this way? Over this? To conserve space? Yeah. Alright, let's remove it. Let's get a better placement for it. Okay, just rip it all out real quick. Got some OB made, whatever. Alright. I think it's gone. Alright. Let's move them. Okay. Let's rotate them. Bring them up. Ooh, wait, what if I use one, break a box, this row, then fall to the next one, this row, fall to the next one, this row, then we can use one box each for all of them. It's even smarter. We could use my same system I use in my piglin farm. Similar system. Where's my piglin? Trading. We could borrow a system from this farm design for my entity sorters. We could use this design where it falls from layer to layer for the distro, because this is a really easy system. It's a pretty easy distro system right here. So basically how it works, I'll show you guys what I'm thinking maybe we could do. I'll start this farm so we kind of see it. The comparisons here. There's some comparisons. It's all distro at the end of the day, guys. And I pride myself on my distro systems, guys. This is what I put all my time into. I'm trying to make better distro systems for Minecraft, guys. That's why I've been making all these crazy eats. That's why I've been doing all this hard work, guys. Okay? I want to make more things possible. Alright, let's get them in there. Alright, they're in. And what you'll notice is that when the items come out... Oh wait, we're not chunk loaded though. I don't think I turned this on. Yeah, let's turn the chunk load on. Sorry. Let's wait for it to load. There you go. Okay. See, as they come through, it went to that... See how it went to that one first? Now it'll go to this one second. And then it moves out of the way for the third one. Lands on the third one. And then that will close the first one again. And let the first one know he's first again. So we could do the same exact process for Kelp. For distro. So we could have this, you eat the box of bones. orderly like that, guys. 1, 2, and 3. That's probably what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna take a break for a bit, guys. I'm not feeling that great, to be honest. Having some health issues, as you all know, and just haven't been feeling that well today. Especially today's been a little harder on me. So I'm gonna go take some time off and go rest for a little bit. But I plan to play a bit more today because I don't really have much else to do. So I plan on working on this a bit more later. So take it easy on yourselves, guys.